Welcome to my channel. This is going to be called Flair Fishing Reviews. Brand new channel, kind of a spin-off of my Fishing with Flair channel. And this one is going to be just specifically reviews over baits or anything related to fishing. You guys can comment different items you want me to review if I own it, or if I'm thinking about buying one and I do end up buying one, then I will make a video. I'm just going to go through tons of lures. I'll probably be posting 2 to 3 times a week on top of my Fishing with Flair channel, which is posting like 3 to 4 to 5 times a week. So there'll be a video up almost every day between the two channels. I wanted to split up into 2 channels so I could really focus in on lure reviews, because I really do think they're important. When I look at a new lure on the shelf and I know someone like Kevin Bullington, I think his name is, he makes superb reviews, and I always go on his channel to look for lures that he has and to watch the review. So I wanted to give you guys that in case there was a lure that you wanted for me to review or for someone to review, and I could always do that for you, since I have a pretty close relationship with the majority of my subscribers, you know, through Instagram and KIK and stuff like that. So anyways, get right into it. This is going to be over the Spro. Spro is the brand. This is a Poppin Frog, and I'll just this is my favorite frog, and I'll just kind of set this out and you can get a kind of closer look at it. Most of you guys probably know it's my favorite frog. Like I said, it's Spro brand Poppin Frog. It's got the cupped lip on it, red cupped lip, so that one's actually not red. Most of them are red. That one is not red, but it's cupped, so it makes a splash, spitting action in the water, displaces some more water than a traditional frog, such as this Spro here. I'll lay these two out in comparison in case you do own a regular Spro. As far as size-wise go, you guys can look at that. They're very similar in size. This one is a little narrower than their traditional Spro, and I believe this is a 55 T size. And yeah, so I'll hold it up and you guys can, just to get a kind of general idea on size. So there's that. That's compared to a regular Spro, non-popping. And I'll go a little bit more into where and when and why and how I use this, and then I'll compare it to some other brands of frogs like the Booyah and the Copper's Life Target. So if you're looking for some comparisons, stay watching. I'll get into that towards the end. And so I'll get a little bit into the colors here. I usually throw natural colors like these two. These are my go-to colors here. With some whiter yellow bellies. I'll throw this most of the time, and then occasionally I'll go to a black or black and yellow or black and red colored frog here. When the sun comes up high and I'm fishing over mats and stuff like that, this color seems to excel just a little bit better than the naturals, but they all work. They work in every condition. I've thrown this in bright sunny skies, and I've thrown this one in bright sunny skies and caught fish, and vice versa. So they all catch fish. That's just my personal preference. As far as where to cut the legs go, because I know that's a big question, is what I do is when I take it out of the package, I bend the skirts over, and I hold them and cut them to the length of the frog body. So the frog body is probably like 2.5 inches or so, 2-3 inches. So that's usually how long I'll make the skirts after they get bent down. So they'll be a touch longer. That way you don't get short striked. So you definitely want to cut the skirts when you do purchase them. Purchase them first thing. I'll go into the rod and reel. Reel I'd use 7-to-1. Usually on frogs, and I of course use a Lew's. Rod 7 to 7.5 heavy. Sometimes you can get away with a medium heavy, but I just go heavy to be safe. I use a Denali rod for that. Line, 50 to 65 pound line, but I would go 50 most of the time because you can cast farther and you don't really have a problem breaking 50-pound braid. Vicious braid is usually what I use for that. This is where I really want to use a poppin' frog versus a regular frog. Is not where most people would use, and most people would use this in open water. I actually use this when there's isolated pockets of water inside of big grass mats. If there's a small pocket of water and you're bringing your frog along to it and the water starts like right here, I want to make as much commotion in that small section of water as possible to call any surrounding bass that might be, you know, looking for frogs. I want to call them to that pocket of water and basically get them to bite. So that's why I use a poppin' frog versus a traditional, because it makes more commotion and spits more water when you're, like I said, there's a little amounts of water around the mats and the grass and stuff. I want to make as much commotion in that little amount of water. It's hard to get bit when there's just a huge grass mat and there's little pockets. It's hard to get bit without being inside those pockets of water. So I like to use this. Plus you can slow this down. When it's chugging along, it'll move a half an inch and it'll spit a lot of water. But if you're using a regular one, and you bob it, it moves about an inch. You can keep this because the resistance of the water pushing it against the cupped mouth. You can move it a shorter distance and you can walk it a little faster in place with the popper. So like I said, this is my all-time favorite popper, and I'll do a little comparison here. This is a Booyah Poppin Pad Crasher. As you guys can see there, the comparison between the two. Fairly similar. The Spro is going to be a little narrower, you'll be able to walk the bait a little bit tighter, as the Booyah is a little wider. Pretty similar in length. They're actually identical in length. And like I said, I usually stick to like the regular colors, and then I'll get like a Copper's Life target in 55T size in case you guys do use this frog. There's the comparison there. Pretty similar. The Copper's Life target is going to be wider. So there's that. So there's a little comparison for you guys. Hopefully you guys got a good idea of this lure, when to use it. Anytime you're fishing over matted grass, even open water, some people will throw this. I'm not a huge fan of open water frog fishing, but I have caught fish there before. Where to throw it, like I said, open water, non-open water, but I like to throw it when there's little pockets of water within a flooded mat. That's the best place usually for, that's where I've had the most success, but you can catch them anytime. And early morning, late evening, of course, just like any other frog. So that's it. Subscribe, like, comment some baits. I own tons of baits. I'm always looking to try the new best thing, and go ahead and comment a lure that you want me to review, go over compared to some other things. And if there's something that you would like me to do differently in these videos that I'm doing like right now, if I didn't mention something or didn't go over something over baits that you want me to, just comment. I'm trying to learn what you guys want, and I'm going to deliver. That's why I made the second channel, so I can focus on the subscribers and the fellow fishermen and get you guys what you need to become better fishermen. So that's it. Thanks for watching my first episode, and thanks for watching.